morning.
Good morning.
I said what I don't like to say. Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Roast Beef and Bagels. The beef is injured.
I'm out of commission. I went to the gym like a moron, and I did military press on the Smith machine, which makes it easier. You know, you don't have a lot of strain.
Apparently not.
So they didn't have a bench with a backrest. Like they did, it wasn't available. So I said, I gotta do this. I gotta do some kind of. So I did it with just a regular bench. I'm leaning on my back, pushing.
How much weight?
Wasn't too much. Got up to like 225.
And that's an individual hand?
No, the full, like a bar.
You did a straight bar?
Yeah, straight bar.
It was
Smith machine.
Holy smokes.
And to be honest with you, the first
Dude,
sets,
you need support.
I know. I'm gonna get when I was younger.
Dude, what about the time we went to the gym and we did individual dumbbell and you passed out?
I passed out.
That
was like what, 125 in each hand or whatever.
And you went up, and all of a sudden
I just ran out of energy, bro. I passed out. The only thing I remember is waking up. He's shoving a banana and Gatorade in my mouth. I'm like,
he passed out at the gym.
That was great. I mean, that's when you know you're training to the fucking bitter end, bro.
Can you imagine? And
I think we still continued to train afterwards a little bit. I don't think we
No, everybody was not. Yeah, that was with what's his name? Jerry.
I remember the old lady too. What was her name? Fresh Pond Road.
Hilda? Not Hilda.
It was his mother, no? Or no?
Was it Helen or Hilda?
Maybe Helen.
I thought it was one of those names like that.
She was gangster though. She was like 90 and working out.
And the guy was a Hal. Remember, he used to bend the railroad rails. They used to bend the tracks.
And we used to hang out with the rockfish.
The rockfish. He was
actually, I've seen the rockfish.
I know. He showed me the picture. And then the other guy, Box. Remember, he used to box. He used to lift weights.
He was a T3 on a regular basis.
He was huge.
Fucking huge. No body fat.
So funny,
so
bro.
Great,
you used to weight.
And just want to say, go Bills. That's why we're in it the last couple of weeks there.
Hey.
I think who they playing today?
It was a great. I didn't realize that Josh Allen never won on the road. They're going into I think Denver this weekend.
It's gonna be a hard game.
You gotta check.
Denver's
good this year. There's a lot of good teams this year.
Denver and New England.
So yeah, New England.
Those are the sleepers for me, I think.
Well, that was like 1 and 2. They finished, but yeah, I didn't realize Josh Allen never won a playoff game on the road until last week.
I didn't realize it either.
Dude, what about Tomlin and the Steelers stepped down?
Did you see that crazy bitch? I can't remember her name now. She came out and said if he got fired, it's the only thing right for the NFL to hire another black coach. Had nothing to do
right away.
It's incredible. Just to let everybody know, sports people, you might disagree, but if I own a company or whatever, or a team, I want the best product. I don't give a fuck if you're purple. If you're fucking orange and green and you're the best running back, I'm trying to get you. There is no DEI. Well, it shouldn't be anyway.
So being a Steeler fan, since we're touching upon this a little bit.
But you like Tomlinson.
Tomlin? Yeah, I had no problem with Tomlin.
Yeah, he was a good coach. I think he was a good coach for a long time.
19 years. Oof. But I think after a while, you're welcome with anybody. And he won. He won every single year with the Steelers. Never been done before. Never had a losing record. So it's not like he didn't know what he was doing. But towards the end, he couldn't get past the first round of the playoffs. But the Rooney family that owns the Steelers, if I believe I'm correct with this, they were the one that instated a rule in the NFL, because there's a rule that for any head coaching position, you must interview at least one black person. Now, okay, it doesn't make sense, right? Because
I don't know.
Like you, if I want the best for the team. But he had instated this rule. So now everyone gets a chance, right, to get a shot at the position. All right, we will never get a chance, right? No. This is where the things don't make sense, or it'll be fair.
And he was a coach.
So now you have to interview one black person.
Why not one Chinese person?
One Latino, right? So the list can be never ending. However,
one Jew, one Italian.
I'll say this: leagues like the NFL, the NBA, well, MLB, they're not predominantly white. So does that mean we should have a chance
at playing football?
At playing one of these sports?
Not right now, I'm back. Maybe in a couple of weeks.
It doesn't make sense. You want the best product out there. And like what you just said, you could be purple, green, orange. I don't give a shit.
If you're the best at what you do, I'll take you.
You got to be the best at what you do. Tomlin was a good coach.
I thought he was. I always thought he was a good coach. Solid
You
guy.
know what people
players
don't,
coach.
don't know? At the end, when we're dead and gone and buried, if someone 1,000 years from now digs up these graves because they move in cemeteries, we're just going to be a skeleton.
Right.
And nobody's going to know if you're black, white, red, orange, pink.
I don't get it.
The only thing they could tell, and it's you got to follow the science, they can tell by a skeleton if you were male or female.
That's it.
So...
But according to the liberals, you can't.
You can't.
Because we don't know how they identified while they were alive.
But that's what I don't like. It's like everything right away is race.
That's their only fight, bro. That's their only fight.
But the Rooney family came up with the rule in the NFL and stated it.
Well, what's funny is what I don't like is, right? So it's only the head coach position.
Just head coach.
I wonder what the dynamics is
for the assistants.
For the assistant coaches. I bet you it's pretty equal. I bet you it's pretty equal.
We could probably look all that stuff up.
I bet you it's pretty equal.
But the thing is this. I kind of don't understand the logic or reasoning behind some of this stuff. Because if you have a bulk of the population, right? So I don't know what the numbers are. But let's just say it's not 50-50 where the U.S. is based on 50 white percent and 50 black, right?
I think blacks are 13% of the population. I think Latinos are close to 30 something, 32%.
I was going to say I think Latinos have a heavier presence, but I'm not sure with all this influx of illegal
Chinese and Indian are around 5-6%.
With all the influx of illegal immigrants, who knows what the numbers are? But I mean, so if your percentage is off balance and it's not equal, then you can't have an equal staff or group of people because of that, right? You won't have enough people from the lower percentage to fill an equal balance.
Never, because they just don't, not enough.
There's not enough. This is what I don't understand. So I think if you're going to truly, you know what, if they're going to enforce stuff like this, I think maybe interviews in general for no matter what position you get should be totally on the blind. And also, right? You don't see the person, nothing face to face.
I used to say that about going to court. Because they would say the court proceedings towards black criminals were worse. It's real simple. We'll just cover up the defendant,
the witnesses and stuff like that.
We'll just cover them up. And by our laws, we have to see our accusers. Meaning, if I'm the criminal, I have to see my accuser. But there's no law that says the people who are accusing me have to see me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that way it's
you covered maybe the jurors and people's faces, and that would come up even different names.
Huh?
You could say party 1 is accused of doing X. Party 2 claims to see party 1 doing that. And then, I mean, if that's the only way to figure stuff out, I mean, it's crazy to think that way. But
I think that we should be like Martin Luther King since he's coming up, and we should not judge people for their character, not their color.
You know, I saw something else on YouTube or one of these things or Instagram, one of these real types of things. It was a video, and it said, it was, I forgot the title, but it was like the way blacks, it was the 1990s, and it says blacks viewing whites. And it was,
I've seen it.
And it was like, he goes, he's like, these white folks are cool. I never had a problem. They don't say nothing to me. I get along.
Yeah, they're teaching this racism.
And then they fast forward to today. And how you see the split and like the anger towards, I'm not saying one side towards the other, both sides, right? You see the anger and the split, and it's crazy. I'm telling you, I don't know about you, I'm a firm believer it's social media that did this.
A lot of people believe it was the Obama era. I don't necessarily believe that, but it did start changing then.
I think
was
everybody.
Was Facebook out under Obama? Like, I don't.
I'm sure we could look that up.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but I think everybody became keyboard warriors, right? You had the safety of masking who you are and
when did
typing.
Facebook start?
February 4th,
2004.
So so Obama
that was
2008. So he started to explode probably.
Yeah, it started to let go.
So I'm telling you, it's the internet and social media because everybody's sitting at home behind the keyboard. You could put up back then. You could not even have to put up a profile picture. There was no verification, nothing. You could put a picture up of a flower, and you could be a ruthless, evil, whatever, just nasty individual because you're being masked. So then what happens? Everybody's got their keyboard muscles and they start getting brave, and everybody gets a little bit nuts. So what happens is people start reading this stuff and they get angry, right? So then it starts causing division. Oh, he said this about a black person. Oh, she said that about a white person. Oh, this person said this about a transgender. Oh, this person said that about a straight. I mean, just ridiculous. And now it's just so easy that I think the meaning of the word racist or
it's all watered down, bro.
Because anything is right. This is racist.
I'm wearing a white hat.
It's racist.
Everything.
It's racist. Right.
And what is it down? And you know what, dude? Like, what's funny is
so stupid.
I never really. I don't know if we could even do it because we have free press, but we should hold the press accountable. Like, I'm going to tell you what happened. I don't know if you've seen it yet. The woman that got shot in Minnesota, or what's her name?
Good.
Renee Good.
Renee
whatever.
Good.
The toxicology report just came out, and like what they did when she passed away. They said that, the news reported that the guy shot her in the head. Ends up, the guy shot her twice on the right side of her chest.
She didn't get hit in the head?
Once on her forearm, and a bullet fragment hit her in the head. It must have been through the glass. It might have split. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when the bullet came to the arm, it might have ricocheted and then hit her in the head. But they're not saying, now that it's out, they're still saying that they shot her in the head.
Ooh.
So I think
is it public, these toxicology reports?
It was all over the internet already. It's all those things. But it's like they want divide because that's what makes money. They don't want to tell the truth. God forbid they tell the truth. Well, and that's the problem, dude. Just tell the truth.
First of all, I'm glad. I mean, listen, I truly hope this guy Walz is out of politics. I mean,
he's a moron.
Dude, he's declaring war against the ICE agents, a federal agent.
That's technically, I believe, would be considered treason.
Can you imagine?
You'd have to like to stretch.
Can you imagine that you have an elected official? And then they made the big thing about the J6ers saying it was an insurrection, right? This guy is on TV saying it, that this is what we're up against. And they had that, I don't know his name, but the wacky mayor of Minneapolis.
Oh, he's just as crazy, dude. They're both under investigation.
Did you see he had the thing with the chief of police, and he was talking about battling, that the chief of the police department are going to go to battle with the ICE agents, and the chief of police was standing behind him and raised his eyes when he heard it. Yeah, it was, I'm like, what is wrong with Minnesota?
They're all crazy, bro. They're all crazy.
I mean, but look what it takes the heat off of this thing, right? It took the heat off of, look, you gotta be smart enough to realize these buzz things and these phrases and these happenings, right? We spoke about it on the last episode. Now the Maduro thing
gone.
You don't hear many people screaming about freedom dictator
because they realized how stupid it was and they had to move on. They couldn't.
So now, right? You don't hear about the fraud, not as much no more in Somalia. Only reason why you still kind of hear about it is because it's still Minnesota,
right?
But now the buzz thing is this ICE agent until something else happens, either this week or next week. So keep that in mind, like, and dude, I really, in the beginning. I mean, I guess you can call me naive. The protesters. I hate protests, right? I think it worsens.
They're all paid now, dude. They're admitting it more and more.
That's the thing.
They're admitting it. People are saying it more and more.
Dude, you can make $80,000 a year
protesting.
I will hold up a sign.
That's what I told him. I texted him. I said, dude, are we going to go on Craigslist next time we see we're just going to go? I don't care if I'm against it for it. You're paying me money. It's good money.
$80,000.
Did you see the one woman? I sent it to you. She's dressed up in like, I don't know, like some kind of clown suit. Like she had a big, like a Teletubby type thing. I don't know what it was, but it's a full thing. And the guys were interviewing her. She goes, "Are you right wing? Are you right wing?" And he was like, "Well, I'm a conservative." She goes, "You know I get paid to do this, right? You know I get paid to do this." Meaning, she agreed with him on all the topics, but she's just there because she's getting money. It's crazy. I mean, I would do it. Give me a sign. I'll go stand wherever the fuck you want to stand.
I don't know what the rules are for that because
it depends on what it is. So I seen one. I think I might have sent it to you too. It was a Craigslist like from Minnesota or something like that. It was $250 a day plus food vouchers.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
But
and then they take it off Craigslist. They put it up and then they take it off.
You know what's funny? Like applying common sense to stuff, and this is where I did not apply common sense to things. It's broadcast a lot, these protests and stuff, again, because that's what's going to draw people in, right? It's not going to be the funny cat videos. It's going to be violence and turmoil and division and nonsense and chaos. But I never thought about it until everyone starts talking about it. They were like, the Mondoro is a great example. He was captured, and then the next day they would hit the streets, but they had all these professional signs.
All done for him. They just walked over and picked it up.
It was the best quality.
Water, tents.
And I'm like, I never thought about it. And then you realize like how organized
of course
these things are. It's not just a bunch of people like who walk out of their home and say, fuck this, give me that cardboard. I'm writing, screw you, whatever on the cardboard.
Perfect, dude.
It's these beautifully laminated signs on nice wood. It's not even like the wood is all perfectly cut from like, a Home Depot section.
Right.
And I never thought about it. Or
think about the T-shirts, bro. How fast do they get the T-shirts? Who does that? I mean, me and you make T-shirts. How fast does it take?
It takes a few weeks.
Not them. They're getting it immediate. Why?
I never thought about it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's like a lot of times I sit here and preach, common sense, common sense. I never applied common sense to that. So you got to say, that's all well and good. You got a group of people organized pretty quickly. Where'd they get all these people? How could you make a phone call that quick or send out an email that quick to a group of people and say, hey, we're meeting tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. at this location.
Yeah.
Right? And you just show up and there's thousands of signs made. Like he said, tents of water, donuts, there's porta potties.
Like who could do that? Only the wealthy.
Can you imagine?
Only the wealthy could do it.
Now, here's my big question. And you might not have an answer, or you might. Now, I have a thought. They claim this guy, George Soros, who's a big liberal, supporter and donor. He's a billionaire, right?
One of the richest guys in the world.
What happens when he dies?
His son is taken right after him.
His son's a crazy liberal too?
His son's crazy. Okay. He's like his right-hand man. And a lot of people don't know other people. There's a guy named John Steyer. Actually, you might know him because he tried to run for president a few years back, but he didn't last
crazy
long.
Liberal?
Dude, the guy has more money. You know what's funny about these fucking guys? John Steyer is complete leftist. Hates oil, hates gas, blah, blah, blah. Guess where he made all of his money?
Oil.
Like, I don't... Like, dude, like... It's the hypocrisy that kills me, dude. I'm arguing with a guy online the other day. He's saying, I don't know.
You gotta stop that.
I know.
The online, I tell you, the keyboard warriors.
He puts up some crazy thing about the KKK and the Republicans and how everything bad that happened was a Republican thing and everything that good that happened.
That's not true.
It's so not, right? So he's talking about the abolishment of slavery was for the Democrats. The Democrats did. So I'm like arguing with him. I'm like, dude, did you even take a history course? Like, do you and then he's like, well,
Lincoln got assassinated because of it.
Yeah,
they killed the guy.
And he said, they switched. I said, hold on, okay. I said, I've had this argument before. What date did they switch? Oh, I can't tell you the day because they didn't. They didn't switch. Then I'll turn around and say, well, there are more Republicans. That's what the KKK right now, which might be true, right? But I look at logic and common sense. The South is now mostly Republican, and back in the day it was mostly Democrat when there was slavery and there was a lot of racism. I said to the guy, "Is there more racism now in the South, or it was under the Democrats?" He won't answer. No. Because the answer is it's 100%. There was a lot more racism back in the 60s when the Democrats went. And most people don't know this, too. We might have spoke about it, maybe. But anyway, I said to him, fucking Robert Byrd was the last KKK congressman for the Democrats in the office. And when Obama became president, he left. He's not saying that it was because of Obama, but he had denounced his KKK shit. Like 20 years ago, or whatever. And I said, but and the guy's bringing that up. Well, he announced that he was a KKK member 20 years ago, blah, blah, blah. And I said, so, okay. So you forgave him. But what about Paula Deen? You guys canceled her for saying she said the N-word 35 years ago. And you got rid of her. But you accept fucking Robert Byrd, who Hillary said was one of her idols, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
While he was in the KKK.
So while he was in Congress, I don't remember, because I don't know how long.
Is the KKK,
he was in Congress a long
does
time.
it even really exist at the same presence as it did in the past?
Of course not.
I'm sure, listen.
I'm sure there's racial groups.
I was going to say, I'm sure.
But I don't know if people are getting hoods.
I'm sure there's racial groups on both sides.
I got news for you. Me and him went to Ohio years ago. We went to an indoor flea market, we'll say. And when we walk in, the first thing we see to the left. Well, dude, how old are we? I was like 22, right?
We
So
were
what is
young.
that?
We were young, early 20s.
Yeah. So what do you figure?
30
Early
years
90s,
ago.
90s, around there.
Whatever,
80s,
30 years, yeah.
whatever. And there were hoods. Fucking people were selling KKK paraphernalia, and I couldn't believe it. We were from New York. We were from Brooklyn. So, I mean, I can't speak for you, but
I ain't gonna lie.
He was scared. I wasn't scared, but I did feel uncomfortable because Italians, which most people don't know, they're not considered white. So us being there, we might as well been, another culture or two. It didn't matter.
Yeah, I was actually scared when I went into that place.
But that was 30 years ago. And it was still just, it was in a rural part of Ohio, was it? It wasn't Akron. I mean, we went to Akron, but it wasn't Akron that it was in.
No, I don't remember.
It was like a really rural part, whatever.
I thought we were going to go, I thought it was like kind of like a car show type of thing. That's kind of how it was presented to us.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, you want to go to this show or whatever?
We had a friend that went to college there. So
and then
we wanted to see him.
Yeah, and then when I went in, it was completely opposite. I was very nervous.
I wasn't nervous. I was uncomfortable. I was like,
I was scared.
I said, I don't want. Well, I didn't. What's funny is and of course back then we were all guineaed out. We had like leather trench coats. Like we stood out. Like everybody else had flannels and vests.
That's true.
We looked like guineas from
New York.
From New York.
You looked like where we dressed like where we were from. Yeah, I was definitely scared when I walked in.
It was a weird situation.
Yeah. So,
but I don't think they're as strong anywhere near. But again, you have to realize too. I mean, I know people don't view the Black Panthers the same way, but it's the same shit, just the opposite way.
Black Panthers is BLM
yes.
in a new rebranded. That's all it is. And even that, not for nothing, that's kind of died down too.
Well, yeah, because the owners of BLM ripped everybody off and bought millions of dollars of houses.
Big mansions.
And they told all this shit were for the black people. Not one fucking penny went to them. They went in their pockets.
No, listen, it's the same thing what these politicians are doing, BLM's doing, what all these organizations are doing. They send out the normal people, right? They brainwash us, and then they send us out to do the dirty work,
right? And
they reap in all the benefits,
right? And then they send the news there, and then they make sure that it happens again, so they can make more money.
Sounds like capitalism to me.
Yeah,
you're making some money there by doing that.
Off of people's lives is crazy, but yeah,
that's exactly what's happening. But I didn't even know if this was on our topics today, but we went nuts.
So no, I didn't have anything. My back was fucking killing me.
Well, listen, you know what the hot topic is. This is Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota's crazy, bro. He's nuts about Walz. He's nuts.
I don't get is where do you get this? And again, this is maybe me not applying common sense. Where are these protesters getting this energy with battling federal agents? Truthfully, look, I think if you and I broke the law, jaywalking, speeding, jumping a turnstile, we're going to get locked up real quick and put away. These people are physically...
They're antagonizing them.
They're antagonizing, but some of them are physically making...
The one girl spit in the face.
I'm arresting someone, and you're physically getting in my way from blocking me to make this arrest. So you're obstructing, right?
Right.
And then wouldn't that be assault too on a federal agent?
So anything in uniform is automatically an assault too.
So but these people, they're not getting arrested, right? And listen, can you arrest everyone? No, but yes, you can.
You have to make examples of certain people, unfortunately.
And like they did for the January 6th people who did nothing, right? That were led by insiders. Everything was clear.
Everybody knows.
It's all on video, right? The thing is too.
And not one person got charged with insurrection, by the way. That's the funny part.
No, a lot of them weren't even brought up in court. They were just automatically found guilty.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And none of them. The charge was not insurrection. So I don't know why.
And they would all receive maximum penalties, which was nuts.
Like the one guy got 30 years or some shit. They're all out.
He pardoned them. But that was nuts. But these protesters. So I would literally come down with one of those police box wagons
and just shove them in there.
They've used zip ties. You see them because they can't have enough handcuffs.
Yeah.
So zip ties
are much easier in a crowd.
Zip tie them, throw them in the back of the truck, and then listen. Then they all have to go through the system, and that could take forever. The more people, the longer it takes. Let him sit there and think about it.
You see the guy who comes out, he asks the woman to move. It might have been Minnesota, but it's a little cold. Guy's like, come on, move out of the way. And he's an ICE agent. They're in regular cars. About 20 people, whatever. And they announced it on the radio. It kept on going on the radio over the air. You could hear it loud on the speaker. Guy just comes out and just goes like this. And he just sprays the crowd. Like, it's like a huge can of like tear gas.
The gas spray.
Yeah. They all just clear. He walks back in, drives through. I mean, this is what you got to do to drive down a block in Minnesota.
I mean, this is what I mean. It's crazy. I mean, look, again, I'm not a fan of these protests, but you're really not getting your point across. Nothing is going to change by you doing that, right? And taking to the streets and all that stuff, right? If you want to make change, you got to kind of go vote it with your local Congress people and try to get legislation passed. And you got to get Congress people, which in Minnesota, to be honest with you, I don't know. Listen, those politicians too, at the end of the day, they don't want to lose their job, right?
No.
And be unemployed. So, I don't know how much they talk a great game for your votes, right? Mondami's a perfect example.
Oh, he's a piece of shit.
Everything was going to be free in New York. Now one thing is free and everything just continues to go up.
So I looked into the code of law. Remember last week you talked
about the real estate?
So it ends up, it's they have to offer it to the government.
But it didn't pass yet.
I think it did pass. So it went to Adams. He didn't sign it. He vetoed it. It went back, and then they voted. They had enough votes to supersede Adams. So I think it did pass. The thing is, it's a 4-family house and above.
So it's a multi-dwelling.
Yeah. The other thing was, so you have to give it to either government, whatever. It takes 30 days. They come back saying yes or no, and then it takes another 120 days for them to give you an offer, whatever.
Like a counter offer?
Like an offer, right? Now, if you don't want that offer, that's fine. You can go get it on the free market after that. But right now, it's about 4 or 5 months, all right, to wait before you could do it. Once you put it on the private, and the private market says, I don't know, I'll buy it for $1 million, you have to then go back to the government and say, listen, this is the offer that I got, $1 million. Do you want to match it to buy it? And then it's another 30 days for them to tell you yes or no. So you're talking about it to be like an 8-9 month process. And you know how it is with closings. Closings are a 7 or 8 month process as it is.
New York's the worst.
So you're talking about a year and a half before you could sell your house? I mean,
but I can't believe that the government is intervening with property that if someone owns.
They don't know what communism is, bro. That's communism.
It can't have passed. I mean,
I think it did pass.
Is it passed to be introduced to go into law, or is it passed to be a law?
So it's a law. I'm telling you, I'll look right now, but I'm sure that it's
what
a
are you
law.
Gonna put as code or a law or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Dude, you got
COA is a law in New York City.
According to nyc.gov, business, the certificate of approval number must be permanently marked.
I thought it was CODA or something like that.
It starts with a D. So it's COD.
I thought it was a D.
A, right?
Yeah. I thought it was a CODA. Is that it?
CODA real estate.
Well, whatever it is, it's not fair.
Oh, yeah. By law.
It's a law?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's from 2023. I'll do some more looking into it.
Yeah, we'll look into it. But, because that would have been all over the news. Well, who knows what's going to be all over the news.
Not New York, because they don't want to tell you the truth. And the woman that he hired for housing said, basically, white people owning houses is a systemic problem. So it's white people.
Yeah, but the woman owns houses in Tennessee.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like Mondami's family's $60 million. They are worth, but he wants a tax. No one believes that he's going to tax his own family. No one believes it.
So I don't know how true it is, but who was the guy O'Malley that was on Fox? Bill
O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
So
I love O'Reilly.
He was on. I don't know, one of those shows.
He had his own podcast now.
He did after the news. I think he still has followings, but he was on a show recently. This is like recent. He lives out in Long Island. I mean, I don't know where these people live, but he was talking about it because he lives in New York. He said, he claimed, and I don't know again how true it is, the property value in Long Island has gone up approximately 20% because people want to leave the city. They want to stay in New York. They want to leave the city.
That's possible.
Because of all the tax regulations, the real estate stuff that Mondami is imposing to the wealthy. And then listen, let's be honest. New York, LA, a lot of wealthy people live in these cities.
That's why a lot of people move to Westchester County.
Well,
not close to the city.
Yeah, but I'm saying a lot of famous people live in Manhattan, right?
You see De Niro?
He wants to move.
Oh, he wants to move now. See, you go after my money, but once you go after his, he wants to move. What the fuck?
He wants to move.
God. Such a fucking hypocrite, dude.
Listen, De Niro, I mean, look, you got to give him credit.
He's a great actor.
Great actor.
Stick with that. Stick with it.
You lose
50%.
You lose half of your audience.
I should be honest with you, bro. We'll probably go see it. If he puts out a movie, we'll go see it.
Probably.
Yes. He won't really lose it.
Good actor.
Maybe like 30%.
I mean, but you kind of lose your audience. I mean, not for nothing, even us, right? We tend to talk about one side, so the other side is either going to get mad, right, or just not watch. So
I'll talk to somebody on the other side. You don't like talking to somebody on the other side.
I don't.
I'll talk to them just like this. I won't be upset at all.
Well, care. You know what the problem is? It's like I told you, like online, when you battle JNN, sometimes...
Dude, that guy doesn't put up anything of any relevance ever. It's
so,
only half-truths.
So I was going to say, I believe everyone should have their own opinion. 1,000,000%. I'm not saying no. But do a little research, like we say, or just be a free thinker, right? You know, look at the Minneapolis the situation. Make a decision yourself, right? They have countless views of the fucking accident, the shooting, whatever you want to call it. But you could see, right? One guy went as far as to say, look at her tires breaking the snow, how fast it was going. So she was accelerating. So you know it was intentional. Then you have another person saying the guy, didn't get hit. He stepped to the side. You even have the mayor saying what he got was the same as a refrigerator door hitting you in the leg.
Now he's talking about internal injuries, the guy's saying.
So, I mean, but what you could be a free thinker. I don't have a problem. But once you are 100% brainwashed by one side or the other,
you're fucked.
I can't have a conversation. It's too difficult. I always say, I hope you guys can prove me wrong on stuff, and that's great. I would think that's awesome.
They lack logic, bro. They lack logic. That's why we do liberal.
Well, it's funny.
They lack logic.
It's funny. We haven't done a liberal logic in a while. We got to do that. We got to come back. But it's funny. Last week we put something up, and you said about how liberals have a certain percentage that are mentally unstable, and I always fact checks the beef, because the beef comes up with a bunch of stuff. I never have a list. I never have nothing, right?
He's the fact checker.
Sometimes I don't even watch TV. You got to fill me in on what's going on. So I like to watch movies. So when he said that, I looked it up, and it was true.
It's true.
That's
fucked up, bro.
There's like a percentage.
A very high percentage. It was like 37, 38%.
It was higher than conservatives.
Yeah.
Having like...
I mean, considerable.
A mental... No, again, you sit here and say, well, how'd they get these numbers? How did they say, okay, we're going to take 100 liberals and determine if they're mentally challenged. We're going to take 100 conservatives and determine. I don't know. But if you looked it up, it was there. And I posted it. I'm like, hey, now can you believe everything you post? No. Can you believe everything we say? No. So...
But there's always a little truth to everything. It's like a half truth. So... But I read it, I couldn't believe it. But I'm gonna do something with you, and I want you to think about this. All right?
You want me to fact check it?
I want you to comment on it. Right?
Now?
Right now.
Right now.
So you're gonna laugh, right? We're gonna take the Minnesota situation. I actually seen a guy. It might have been Shapiro. He might have said this because he was debating somebody. I think it was Shapiro. Then he said, "All right, take the Minnesota. Take ICE out of the equation, and make the guy who shot the woman an illegal immigrant." Do we hear about her?
Probably not.
That was it. You know what I'm saying? Too. This happens every day.
Well, you only hear about it from the conservative side. You would hear like
the liberals wouldn't be out protesting,
like the Lake and Riley.
Right, they're not protesting. I've never seen a protest from the left when a cop gets shot and loses.
Charlie Kirk's the best example. Yeah. This is a guy. He was not assaulting anyone. He was practicing his freedom of speech.
They don't like that.
On one of his Turning Point USA tours that was agreed upon at the location. It's not, he just can't go and set up camp, right? I don't know if you people think, let me sit here. It's a good spot. Let me go to this college and just sit here because I feel like it don't work that way. You got to get permission. You got to have permits. You got to have all this stuff. So he went through whatever paperwork to do that. Was sitting there in an open public forum wanting people to change his mind, to have a debate, a healthy, clean debate, right? Because he believed too, right? If you stop talking,
it's over.
That's when the problems start. And clearly, he was right, because trying to have a conversation, someone wanted to silence him and killed him. And when they killed him, no one on the left said anything. They made fun of it. They mocked him again. I keep thinking of that.
Hate speech. So hate speech now induces someone to die. You can kill somebody for hate speech. Is that what they're condoning?
They're saying it's okay, right?
But if you do it the other way, do forget it.
And so this is a guy who was doing nothing, not breaking any laws, not doing anything, but just sitting there saying, "Hey, change my mind. I'm a Christian. These are my values. This is what I believe in. Show me something where maybe I can have food for thought," right? And I'm sure. Listen, we only see where he bettered a person in the conversation. I'm sure there were other things where people stepped to the mic and yes, I'm sure, because again, you're only going to post what sells and what your audience is attracted to, right? That's 100%. So I'm sure there was other people that stumped him.
But dude, they made him a martyr, which is I hate to say this, it made it worse for them, because now we have someone to look at least our generation, and be like, look what you did to him. Just like back then with King, like with Martin Luther King Days coming up, whatever, all that stuff. It was just, you just made that person a martyr because of their beliefs. You didn't do anything. Jesus too. Look at they killed Jesus. What did happen? He blew up bigger than Biggie.
But so this. But now you go to Minneapolis. This woman, no matter how you look at it, her partner, wife, were they married?
I don't know, but it's definitely a partner. The father came out. And did you hear what the father said?
Yes.
The father was like a right winger.
He was.
He was like, she's a good kid and I love her or whatever, but
he even said he liked the girlfriend.
Yeah. He said it's not ICE's fault. It's not
her fault. Yeah. He said he wished that it could. So, but you saw the video where the partner was antagonizing the ICE agent, right? And he was filming her and she was filming him. And he didn't really say anything to her. She was exchanging words. You hear her scream, "Drive, baby," or whatever she said, right? So, I mean, this woman clearly used her car as a weapon, to whether it was intent to kill, hurt, whatever it was. You went after a federal agent, which is Tim Walz's law. It's the governor who
you can't do that.
His law says you cannot do that. And they have the right to defend themselves at any cost. Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota,
signed in 2023.
He's the one who signed it into effect. So this is the difference. How can you compare the two? But you also see that when Charlie Kirk died, or was assassinated, I should say, he didn't die. Vigils, peace,
no one's burning
prayers. The wife went to television. How brave was the wife, I think, to go on television? And again, even that, the left mocked her when she cried, right? Because she cried. I mean, I would cry too. I mean, you lose your spouse by getting someone assassinating him, and you get two little babies. And then the left's bringing up, did you see the way she hugged Vance? J.D. Vance is getting a divorce from his wife because of the way he hugged her. I mean, you hug a person tightly, you'll bring them in closer, so show a level of security and comfort to let that person know that, hey, I'm with you, and you embrace them hard. I mean,
my daughter sent me something which I thought was interesting. I didn't really look into it.
I think you're right. The left's mentally ill, bro.
About Candace Owens. Candace Owens was talking about the Charlie Kirk assassination, and she has some really crazy things. I'm going to try to investigate it, but Bella keeps on sending me stuff on it, and I'm like, is it possible? Like, they're saying that people knew about it before it happened. They knew this was going to happen, and
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I like Candace. I wonder why she's going after them.
Isn't she part of Turning Point?
So, yeah, he actually helped her start out. So, I mean, I don't think she's anti-Charlie Kirk. I'm not saying like that, but she doesn't believe the story that the media has given us about what happened with Charlie. She doesn't believe that it was an assassination or whatever.
It wasn't, dude. He got killed on live broadcast.
She's saying that it was done like a government project, meaning kind of like...
Oh, like Kennedy?
Like Kennedy, yeah. Now, I don't know why.
I mean,
Trump,
maybe.
Trump would do that, bro.
I don't think it would be. I don't think it'd be the right. I think it'd be the left. I think Charlie Kirk was very instrumental in Trump getting reelected,
especially the college kids.
Well, that's the thing. I think they wanted to silence him because he was getting to the younger America.
Like, don't you want to keep your money in your pocket? Keep your money in your pocket.
He was anti-college, which I thought was funny. But he would go to the colleges saying, "Hey, once you graduate, don't you want to make money and keep that money?" And so he was out there trying to say
college was a scam unless you needed it, meaning. Like, if you were a doctor, of course you have to go to college.
I don't think college is a scam.
Yeah, but you needed it. It's something different. Like, I don't need it. I didn't need it. Like, why would you?
Then you kind of need it to get advanced. Then you have to have a certain level of credits.
No. I just had to take a test. I kept on taking tests. But like they're DCAS tests. You just keep on taking them, promotionals.
Oh.
But I mean, certain places, I guess you do need a degree.
Yeah, my field, I needed it.
Yeah, so. Yeah. But I don't necessarily. I just think it's a scam when they take.
The tuitions are kind of high now.
But, people understand why the tuitions are high. You know why the tuitions are high, right?
Why?
Because government subsidizes it. The government, the school knows they could raise it as much as they want, and the government's going to keep on giving them the money. If they stopped subsidizing college, dude, the college prices would come crashing down. I mean, it would be same thing with healthcare. Think about this. Anything the government subsidizes, you ever remember it going down or up? It always goes up. It never goes down.
Yeah, but we have to pay those tuition bills?
But they wouldn't be as high. So I'm just saying, like, we do some craziness like Yale. I mean, how much is Yale a year?
$100,000 a year.
All right, so if Bella wanted to go to Yale, she could fill out all this stuff. She'll get like $70,000 if she has some good grades in college tuition. I mean, college foundation.
That's coming from the government.
So yes, I still have to pay $30,000, right? But if they pulled that away, no one's affording $70,000, $80,000 a year. So they'll say, you know what, we got to lower the cost. But
to get people to come.
Yes. It's just supply and demand, dude. And Harvard and Yale, yes, they're still Ivy League schools or whatever. But they're all just liberal fucking outposts. And they teach them all the bullshit.
A lot of colleges have turned that way. And I think that's why Charlie Kirk hit that college circuit.
Smart. And people still continue to do it. I can't remember the other guy's name, but Shapiro's going, but there's another guy with black hair.
They continued the tour.
Yeah.
They didn't.
She's doing it now.
She goes, but they have multiple people. They have even Officer Tatum.
Yeah,
I like him. He goes on the tour,
and the cowboy cop too.
The cowboy one.
The sheriff from Texas is a black guy. He has a nice. I
know who you're talking. He retired. I know who you're talking. He was very serious in all the shows.
Actually, he was very serious. I liked it.
And there's the other guy from Florida I like too. The county guy in Florida. He takes no nonsense either.
He said you could run them over.
Yo, dude, DeSantis said if you get blocked in Florida and you're not supposed to sit there like a sitting duck. If you have to defend yourself by any means, you defend yourself.
Well, what's funny is
that's crazy, bro. People gonna just run through the protest.
I was talking to a guy at my job. I don't know. I think he might be liberal, but I think I forgot what he said. He's not an anarchist, but one of those. He's like nice guy, great guy. We were talking about this, and they said, "Well, it's people's constitutional right to protest." I said, "No, agreed, 100%. But it's also my right to get to work. So your rights." Don't supersede mine.
Right.
So if you want to protest, that's fine, but you cannot allow me to not live my life. Because once you do that, now you're trying to take away my rights. And that's what people don't understand. To me, the abortion thing is probably the easiest one. Look, I don't really have an opinion on abortion. I just don't want to pay for it. Right? So if you want to have 35 abortions, ruin your uterus, knock yourself the fuck out. But you pay for it. And they'll say, oh, what do you mean? These idiots think when you go to Choices, get these abortion clinics, that's $300, and that's how much it costs. It costs like $9,000 a procedure. So who the fuck pays? Once again, bro.
Tax money.
Once again, do we subsidize this? And if we didn't subsidize it, it might be $300. But we subsidize it, so.
That's why the government let it go back to the states.
Of course, because they want the
states
city
to pay.
Yeah, the city, the state to pay. They don't want to pay. I don't want to pay. The fuck am I paying? Because no one's gonna say, you know what? Rob's into guns, I'm going to buy him some ammunition. That person's not going to take their taxpayer money and give me ammunition. It's the same thing. How come no one's paying for me for what I like? The same thing with this fucking health insurance shit. If they stop subsidizing, think about this. Obamacare came out, they swore it was going to go down. I knew it was going to go up.
It went up through the roof.
Why? Because government now subsidizes them. It shoots through the roof because the private companies are smarter than government by far. It's not even close. They'll say, all right, no problem. The first year they'll keep it regular, and all of a sudden you'll see this fucking rate jack up. Let me be honest with you, I never talk about what Trump does is wrong, but Trump's trying to lower the credit card interest for 1 year to 10%. At first I said, I think that's great, whatever. I've seen a few people talk about it on CNN and on Fox, both. Very similar. Jamie Dimon came out with a statement, and I thought this was interesting. He said, lowering it to 10% is not going to help the customers because now we can't give the customers a higher credit rating for it. There's like a whole mathematical equation. So I'm just saying, say someone like me can get a $25,000 credit card. Like I'm new, but I can get that. If it's only at a 10% rate, they still have to make a certain amount of money. So now they're just going to say, you know what? We're not taking the risk at $25,000. We're going to give this guy $10,000 only on a credit card. There's certain things that are going to change. And I think for a year, it shouldn't be that bad. But people don't know the ins and outs. And I'm not an economist by far. I'm not a banker by far. But Jamie Dimon's job is to make money for his stock people. And he's going to do it no matter what the government says. And that's not just Jamie. That's every CEO in America. Their job is to make money for their shareholders. So the government can come up with one thing, they're going to fucking fiddle the fucking math around, and they're going to figure it out. Same thing with minimum wage. You want to raise minimum wage? That's no problem. The Big Mac is now $17. No problem. You want to raise it? That's fine. But
that's crazy.
Don't blame McDonald's. Blame government. And that's what no one does. Everybody blames the left or the right. And government in general is just not good. It's not a good thing. We want government out of our lives.
You do. You want less interference.
Yes.
Right. I'm not saying that we just take the streets and do what we want. You still need guidance.
Law and order.
There's a minimum level that you do need the elected officials to kind of impose, But again, that's why we vote, right? Because we want to get that in. But stuff like this, like your daily, day-to-day living.
They shouldn't be bothering you.
You should not be involved in any way.
Think about this. As soon as you leave for work, what do, right? You go pay a tax to get on a bus. That's the first thing you do in the morning.
Supposed to be free.
Yeah, it's not going to be free. Not in New York. This guy's an idiot. I can't believe people hire this fucking guy.
Wow. But anyway, that's it. It's another crazy week. We hope next week calms down. Yeah. We hope the beef feels better.
Oh, please.
Next week. And
I hope the Bills win today.
We do this weekend. Yeah, it's good games coming up. We're getting closer and closer to.
Oh, we didn't mention one thing. I want to mention one thing. Harbaugh is now the
coach of the Giants.
I mean, they might have a shot. Now,
I like that.
I like
kid.
Harbaugh.
I like their quarterback.
The kid Dart.
Yeah.
I like Dart. I like Dart. He looks like a good quarterback. And he's tiny though. No, I mean he's not a
fast.
He's thin though. I mean he's tall, but he's real thin. He's got to gain some weight.
We'll see. I mean the Giants got to build around him, which Harbaugh I think can do.
And there's a lot of free agents this year too.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, being a Steeler fan, we got knocked out, but it was embarrassing. But now we got to see what the Steelers are going to do. There's so many talks about who they're looking at already, but we'll see what happens.
Well, you can come on the Buffalo train for now if you want.
Oh, but I like Buffalo second. So
nice.
So I'm going to watch them and root for Josh Allen and the team. So I don't want to jinx them, but let's go Bills. But all right, everyone, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everyone soon. Ciao.